Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Estela Casas. Thanks for choosing KTSM 9 News Now. Here's a look at today's top stories we're working on for you. We're following developing news from Juarez as another group of hundreds of migrants makes it to the border. This is video captured by our crew in Juarez, showing the large group arriving by train earlier today. So stay with KTSM 9 News on air and online for more updates on this story. A mother is asking for justice after her baby boy was killed in a crash allegedly caused by a Luna County Sheriff's deputy, while the deputy was still on duty after the crash. The El Paso branch of the NCAACP is calling for an immediate and thorough investigation after a man died in police custody. And we'll have more on these stories coming up. A tearful moment from the mother of a 14-month-old boy who died after a New Mexico deputy accused of hitting their car. This happened near Deming last November, while court documents say he was responding to a burglary call. KTSM 9 News reporter Oriana Botaro has been pouring through the new lawsuit the family is filing against the Sheriff's Department, and the documents outline what happened that day. She joins us now with those details. Oriana.
Good afternoon, Estela. We have confirmed with Luna County officials that Deputy Paul Garcia has been placed on administrative leave. It comes 6 months since the crash, and Wyatt Francois's parents say that time has been unbearable. The crash happened near Deming on New Mexico State Road 11, also known as Columbus Road. The court document that I'm holding in my hand says that Garcia was driving at speeds of 99 to 130 miles per hour. The documents say Garcia attempted to pass Hernandez's via the northbound lane in a no-pass zone while she was turning east onto Voorhees Road into a residential area. Wyatt's mother says the impact was so violent it launched the Nissan across the highway and sent the sedan spinning nearly 200 feet into a nearby residence fence. The document states that Garcia did attempt CPR on Wyatt, but that he was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Wyatt's mother says while Garcia is being criminally charged with causing vehicular homicide and great bodily injury by reckless driving, she wants more to be done.
It's not fair. This Luna County officer gets to go home to his son. Meanwhile, if I want to see mine, I have to go to the cemetery.
The charges pending that the state police just issued, Officer Garcia has been placed on administrative leave pending an internal investigation through the county.
Something I discovered in the court documents is that the posted speed limit in that area is 55 miles per hour. Luna County policy for operations vehicle states that while responding to a call with lights and sirens, deputies may not exceed 20 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. Reporting in the newsroom, Oriana Botaro, KTSM 9 News.
I didn't know this would be the last car ride with my little boy. I didn't know this would be the last time I saw him alive.
And thank you, Oriana, for that. Luna County officials say the reason why it took this long to place Deputy Garcia on administrative leave is because they felt it was best to put him back on duty until state police came up with their conclusions. The cause of a deadly mobile home fire in the Lower Valley is still unclear today. As we reported over the weekend, this was a second fire to happen in the area within 48 hours. The victim's family spoke to KTSM earlier today, and KTSM 9 News reporter Jesus Baltasar is live where the fire took place on Saturday. And Jesus, they're asking for the Borderlands help. What do they need right now?
Estela, they tell me they need help covering medical and other expenses. I'm told the burned mobile home behind me belonged to two sisters in the age of 70s that spent most of their time living together. If you take a look right there, you'll see an altar commemorating the life of one of their sisters that died during the fire. Just 2 years apart, Irene Roman and Maria Montes had been orphaned since they were around 10 years old. Since then, they had been inseparable until tragedy struck. As we reported, fire crews responded to their mobile home in the early hours of Saturday. Maria Montes survived the fire and was taken to a burn center in Lubbock, but the family says Roman did not survive. Montes is back home now, speaking about her sister.
Since then, we've been together, our childhood, youth, and until now that we were older. We were always together, for better or for worse, always together. And that's what hurt me the most.
The biggest loss, her sister, but Montes also lost her home, car, and most of her belongings. She also suffered damage to her lungs as a result of breathing in the smoke from the fire and severe burns. Now the Montes family have created a GoFundMe page to help their loved one recover from the mobile home that burned down. And they're still investigating the cause of the fire. We will update you as soon as we learn more. From the Lower Valley, Jesus Baltazar, KTSM 9 News.
The NAACP El Paso branch is calling for an immediate and thorough investigation into the death of a man who died after being arrested by police in South Central El Paso earlier this month. As we reported, police said they responded to calls of a man running in and out of traffic near the 3300 block of Alameda and San Marcial. This happened on April 14th. You may remember the video obtained by KTSM showing a group of officers chasing 35-year-old Jonathan Rose Edens and then holding him on the ground. Edens reportedly died at a hospital afterwards. NCAA spoke with KTSM today about their demand for unbiased answers.
The issue about transparency is an issue with the El Paso Police Department. The issue of accountability when there are allegations of excessive force. These are also issues with the El Paso Police Department and have been historically for at least the last decade.
Eden's family has set up a GoFundMe campaign or an account to cover his funeral and legal expenses. His niece told KTSM today the family has hired an attorney and they are pursuing answers in their uncle's death. So let's get a first check of the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Robert Bettis joining us now from Fort Bliss for today's Small Town Spotlight. Hi, Robert. That's not a beer you're drinking, though.
Well, hi, Topo Chico. Estella, I've got to say something to you before we even begin the weather. Happy anniversary, Estella. You've been at KTSM the second one-year anniversary in your career. How about that?
It's today? Okay, well, thank you.
It is today.
Okay.
Oh, well, you're welcome, and I'm going to bring you a cold Topo Chico. Fort Bliss continues to surprise, and this declined the opportunity to have unrestricted use of one of the tank military-type vehicles, but they were very kind to offer me complimentary bowling instead. Who would have known that they had a bowling alley? In fact, it's an incredible one. I'm going to have your forecast, and I do believe Bobby Bone will be arriving soon. We're going to roll a few here at Fort Bliss tomorrow. Gusty winds and blowing dust, not only Thursday, but Saturday as well. I'll have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Estella, time for me to show off my bowling.
And your Topo Chico, thank you so much. And we apologize to everyone. We're having a little trouble with that live shot from Fort Bliss. We'll try and clear that up. But first, we're going to take you outside to US 54 and Eller Thorpe. No problems to report, no flashing lights. Traffic is flowing smoothly at almost 9 minutes past 5 o'clock. Same story on I-10 and Schuster. It's looking good. Everybody's driving safely out there. And our small town spotlight preview continues. Coming up, we join Andy and Skylar as they give us an early look into the sights and sounds of Fort Bliss. Thanks for watching KTSM 9 News Now, putting local first.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderlands' only certified broadcast meteorologist.
If there's anything I love, it's driving around in armored vehicles and blowing stuff up. But if I'm not allowed to do that they're going to tell me insurance purposes or community safety. I don't know where they get these things at Fort Bliss, but I do love to bowl. And the post commander offered me free bowling. And joining me now is the manager out here, Jeanette. What an amazing bowling alley. These soldiers have it good here at Fort Bliss.
Yes, they do.
It's how many lanes? And
52 lanes, and we are the biggest in the Army.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Yes, we have 52 lanes, and we are the biggest in the Army.
The biggest bowling alley in the Army?
Yes.
Wow. No pressure here for me to perform. Why don't we go ahead and look at the forecast, and then I'm going to roll a fuse, see what we can do here at Fort Bliss, see if I can bring the fire. Okay, here's your exclusive 9-day forecast. High temperature tomorrow going up to 89 degrees. Of course, tomorrow, unfortunately, is one of those days. Gusty and dusty winds peaking at about 50 miles per hour. Of course, that is going to give us a dusty haze by late tomorrow afternoon. And then Friday, it will be windy as well. Those temperatures will be going down to about 82 degrees on Friday. On Saturday, unfortunately, one of those days as well, with gusty winds and blowing dust, to peak gusts at about 55 miles per hour. The good news, half of the weekend will be lovely. Sunday will be sunny with lighter winds and a high temperature of 78 degrees. Then we'll start to warm up again. You want a perfect day? Well, that is going to be Monday at a high temperature of 89 degrees. Then we move back up into the 90s again on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So we're going to have some moderate winds in the middle of the week ahead. Okay, no, don't worry. I got another ball here, and this one is drilled just right for my hands. You know, Fort Bliss is like a city within a city. And did you know that 126,000 ways with 34,000 soldiers, of course, their families, and of course all the civilian staff. It's a huge part of El Paso and a wonderful place. Wait a minute. I think I hear something that sounds very familiar to me. Of course, these small town spotlights couldn't happen without the Charlie Clark Automotive Group. And of course, that means my good friend Bobby Bone.
How you doing?
It's a pleasure, sir. You ready to roll a few?
I'm ready to
Did
roll
you
a
even
few.
know they had a bowling alley out here?
I love the bowling alley.
Okay, I've got some bad news about the tank. We'll talk about that. No, okay. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But let me roll one out here, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
Stand back, everybody. All right, live from Fort Bliss at the bowling alley. I love it. This is not my normal ball, but we're just going to go with it. The split. All right, you stay with KTSM 9 News. A lot more to come.
Well, as you've seen, our small town series is back after a week break. Today, our crew is on post at Fort Bliss. Now, here's a lesson in history. Fort Bliss was a cavalry post before World War II and evolved into an air defense center in 1946. Our KTSM team is on post, and Andy Morgan and Skylar Soto are pointing the spotlight on Fort Bliss. Hi, guys.
Hey there, Estella. Yes, so much history behind this Army post, and we're going to dive into all that history coming up at 6 o'clock. So make sure you tune in to our Small Town Spotlight at 6. We're actually live outside of Freedom Crossing, and it's actually the only open-air shopping center in the entire world, and it's open to the public, Skylar.
Yep, Andy, and they also have one of the biggest food courts and the biggest Army and Air Force exchange. And earlier this month, I got to come out and take a look at all of the different shops, the restaurants, and all of the entertainment. Take a look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at Fort Bliss, and I'm here with Laura Nahara. Laura, tell us where we're at.
Hi, everyone. We are at Freedom Crossing at Fort Bliss, the only open-air shopping center in the entire world inside of a military installation.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's check it out. Okay, Laura, what's going to be our first stop on this Freedom Crossing tour?
I think we need to check out the food court. All right, Skylar, before we go in the food court, I want to show you our splash pad.
It looks really nice to get in right now.
I know, right? It's really cool. A lot of kids love it.
Laura, we said there's lots of options here. What do they range from?
We have Texas Roadhouse, for example.
A little bit of
everything,
right?
Yeah.
So you've got lots of options here. Can I come here as a civilian?
Yes, anyone can buy any food here, sit down, you know, relax, enjoy.
Okay, Laura, so tell us where we're at now.
So this is the marketplace. This is where we have all of our kiosks.
You've got lots of options here. You've got things from like little take-homes, little souvenirs for everybody. Laura, you said this is your favorite stop. Tell me what's your favorite thing on this cart?
My favorite thing are the Takis.
Of course, you got to go for the hot chips, right?
I just love coming here. It takes me to my roots. So,
all right, well, let's see what's next on our tour. Okay, Laura, our stomachs are full. It's time to walk it all off. Where can we go?
We have a 5-11. On the other side, we have a nail spa. There's a dentistry as well.
One thing that I saw coming in was a tattoo shop, and I don't think there's lots here on base, right?
Well, this is the only one.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so can we check that out?
We can.
All right, let's go. Okay, Laura, let's check this out. It looks pretty neat in here.
If they have walk-ins, are you getting one?
I don't think today. We're in the tattoo shop now, and Adrian is one of the artists here. Adrian, what is your specialty in work?
My specialty is Chicano black and gray lettering. It's what I specialize in.
And do you love doing it?
I love it every day.
All right, well, I'm gonna head out to the rest of our tour, okay? We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Laura, adults can also bring the kiddos, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot of things for adults, but there's also a little playground that we have for the kids, but there's a big jumping park on the other side.
That's pretty exciting, huh?
It's
I'm
really
sure
fun.
they enjoy it. So we're gonna stop at one last place before we end our Freedom Crossing tour, right?
Movies.
Movies, let's go. Laura, what are we gonna watch today?
I don't know. Let's see it. Nothing scary though.
Okay, you don't like scary movies?
I hate scary
Me either.
movies.
It's okay. Laura, we've got our snacks. Let's sit down.
Ready for this grand premium experience, are you?
I'm ready. Okay, Laura, so tell me a little bit about this theater.
Well, the great thing is that it's open to the public.
And so if I want to kind of become like a fan favorite of this theater, is there a program?
There is. The Movie Lovers program. Oh yeah, it's completely free. You don't have to pay that ridiculous fee that other theaters charge.
Well,
yeah.
Laura, the movie's starting.
Oh, sorry.
Skylar, you just had way too
I
much
had
fun.
tons of fun, Andy.
Another service here on post is the Exchange, and here to tell us more about it is Chief Master Sergeant Kevin Osby. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Chief.
you for having me. I appreciate you.
For our viewers back at home, tell us a little bit, what is the Exchange and kind of what does it do?
So the Exchange is the Department of Defense's oldest and largest retailer. So we've been around for about 195 years. Wow. Yeah, and so we've been doing this for a long time, and we literally go where the service members go. So we have operations nationwide and in over 30 countries.
So, Chief, tell us, what can people expect to find in an Exchange and who can shop there?
Oh, you can expect to find everything in Exchange. We got great products and goods and services. It's tax-free, so everybody loves tax-free anything. Military exclusive pricing, and we literally find out what service members need, and we make it happen for them.
That's awesome.
Chief Osby, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate the insight. We're really excited for our 6 o'clock showcasing this Army post and so much history here.
No, Fort Bliss is amazing. I got a chance to walk the. I'm stationed out of Dallas, Texas, so I'm here visiting. But this is first class, first tier Exchange at its finest. So thank you all for spotlighting this.
Yeah.
Thank
Chief,
you.
Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
Alrighty, so we got so much more to get to, so make sure you tune in at 6, but we have more news with Estela Casas after this break.
Would you like to be a weather watcher? How much does it cost, you wonder? Absolutely nothing. What you do is you take a fantastic weather pic and you send it to us at news@ktsm.com and we put it on air. Bobby, here's the last look at the forecast. Now, the high temperature tomorrow will be 89 degrees. Of course, gusty and dusty. That's no good. All that blowing dust. We get a little break on Friday, windy but not as bad. And then Saturday, those winds are back gusty again. Here's to you. Did the Charlie Clark Automotive Group send that letter, my idea about trading a Nissan for a tank?
Yes, they did.
And did the commander write back? Because I sent them requests about using the tank. They declined it, unfortunately. But maybe some good news?
Yes, we got approved.
We're going to trade a Nissan for a tank?
For a tank, yes.
I love this man. All right, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Estela.
Yes.
Right back at you.
Nice. Okay. And thank you, guys. And let's take a look at today's Estelas Estrellas. And by the way, The students from Trans Mountain Early College High School on today's Estelas Estrellas will be competing. The Mavericks will be taking part in the two-day National Science Bowl, April 28th and 29th in Washington, D.C. The trivia-style competition tests students in the fields of math, science, and everything in between. The young group earned their spot in the national event by beating out competitors in the regional tournament earlier this year. Congratulations and good luck. Wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching at home. And Nightly News with Lester Holt is up next. We'll see you back here for KTSM 9 News at 6. Have a great night.